Let's do
right.
monthly.
How much does it cost a month to date a baddie?
So if we do a weekly blowout, 120.
Okay.
If she goes to like an event once a week, that's like at least like another 150. So that's like
Okay.
300.
Yep.
Nails, toes, that's another like say 350, $400.
So we're at like 570.
Like you have like the peptides, which is anywhere between like, let's say like 180 to $900 a month. On birth control, then you need like hormone regulation stuff and a semi-glutide. So that's like, again, like 250 and like $1,000. Oh, therapy. Therapies, I think anywhere between, depending where you go, it's like $300 to $500 a session. Like an astrologist, which is like $350. So Ubers, the experience of an Uber
XL.
or Black.
Ooh.
And then quarterly, you get into Botox anywhere between $1,000 and $1,500. If she gets Trap Tox, that's another like $2,500. If she does full face, it's another $2,500 or $3,000.
Okay.
Equinox.
All right. So yeah, Equinox, it's like what, like 350 a month, 400 a month. Okay. So what, you're looking at 100 grand a year?
Yeah.
Right around there.
Yeah, definitely.
100 grand a year.
Notice how dating is framed now. Nothing about building together, not a partnership, but it's a cost of access. And that framing matters because statistically, people misunderstand and overestimate how much men actually earn. Like if you look at the stats, only between 15 and 18% of men earn six figures. And less than 1% of men earn $500,000 or more. Yet, expectations are often built as if high-earning men are everywhere. That illusion, it creates a perception gap. People think men earn more than they do, and there are more high earners than what actually exists. And when the majority is aiming for a very small group of men, the math gets ugly, and then there's a lot of sharing that has to take place. But that's a conversation for another day. Now listen to the language again. She said the cost to date. That's not a wife, not a fiance. That's not even someone that you're in a committed relationship with. That's important because when dating is framed around what it costs to access someone, that's not relational language, that's transactional language. And that logic, it doesn't come from marriage or long-term relationships. That comes from prostitution logic, access in exchange for provision. And what's changed is that prostitution culture, it didn't stay on the margins. It went mainstream, from the music to social media, dating apps, and lifestyle branding. So now you have regular people talking about traditional relationship frameworks, but using prostitution logic without even realizing it. That is a problem. You cannot operate within the structure of a traditional relationship while carrying the mentality of a sex worker, because one is about covenant, patience, and a shared future. The other one is about leverage, compensation, and extraction. Those two mindsets don't produce healthy, productive relationships. They only produce resentment. There was no mention of the value add to the man. No talk about increasing his position, his peace, or his wealth. It was only about cost and spending. And this is exactly why men have to protect their resources and not just wealthy men. Because a man with resources, they can afford inefficiency. A man without any resources, they can't afford this type of waste. A lot of people will say, well, broke man, they don't have to worry about this because they don't have anything to take. And that's backwards thinking. Because when you have very little, mismanagement hurts you more, not less. The reality is many people, they don't care how much you have. They'll take from abundance and they'll take from scarcity. They're not asking whether it's sustainable. They only want to know if it's accessible.